Wow, that was fast. I'm live. Let me refresh YouTube so that I can see things. Whew, the way that you guys see things. And it's slow, it's slow, it's slow, and I'm late. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Okay. There's that. Come on, do your thing. Mike has to go back to work now. But we got him a Whopper with cheese, so he is very happy. Him a Whopper with cheese, so he is very happy. Hey, Artie, Dar, and Janice. I am sorry. I did say 5 o'clock, and it is now 6:15. Else, I wanted to go get Chinese food, and things happened. That's what happened. So we're going to have some choices today because I didn't get any of my prep work done, guys. I'm going to put the Chinese cookies somewhere else. How are you ladies on this fine Friday evening? How are ya? How are ya? Woohoo! Yay! You're doing good. I just ate Kung Pao chicken, and I accidentally ate one of the red chili peppers, and it has some seeds in it, and I was chewing it, and I was like, oh, I just ate chili pepper. So I'm a little bit fire-breathing dragon at the moment. Janice, you're fair. Well, fair is better than icky, right? Krabby's in the house. Hey, Rebecca's here. Okay, so I know that I'm late, and I'm sorry. I am. So I want to share something with you guys. I'm going to tell you a thing. Somebody made me cry yesterday. Hold on, all the stuff's falling off my desk. Stuff is happening. Oh, and my glue is upside down. Oh my God, life is over. The glue's upside down. Yay! Rebecca's got the weekend off. Woohoo! This is Easter weekend, huh? It'll be inundated with children in pastel. So I sent out some happy mails, and somebody sent me back a happy mail, and wow. So I'm probably going to show you a little bit of that happy mail. Yep. Yeah, that would be me too, Dar. Definitely. So, a cedar for some friends. Yeah. It's that time of year where it's abundance of holidays. I thought I might keep this for the Shining page when we get to it. And that's the start of our bathroom, I think. It's not green, but it is a big schmancy tub. So we may put a slit in there right along the edge of the tub and put something creepy sitting in it. So, but I think this is the start of with our naked lady. I think this is a step further towards our Shining page. Okay, so this is one of the things I wanted to make a booklet out of. It's like a finger hut kind of thing. They sent me a thing, and I'm like, you're not going to give me anything, first of all. And second of all, I don't want it because I don't have a traditional job. But I thought, that is a very fun size. I was thinking maybe creeples, or when we dress up our cupcakes and make them into something, we might like a big, tall, kind of skinnier book, but bigger than a traveler's notebook size. So I thought we would make something out of this. And it's a lightweight cardstock, so it'll be fun. And then this is the magazine. If you guys watched that video, I don't know if you did, but this is the magazine. I think I want to try and make something similar to the one that lady was showing. So, but first, should we look a little bit at the Happy Mail? Oh, and I got this at the dollar store the other day. Only it was they're not the dollar store anymore. I think this was $1.99. It's a little cheap clipboard, but skulls, I had to have it. Actually, Els found it. And then she went, look at this. And I went, I need that in my life. And that's what happened. Cool, right? Right at the Dollar Tree. I think it was the Dollar Tree. It was a dollar store. I think I'm starting to call them all the same thing. You know, I may not be able to actually get in this box. I packed it all back in the box because I was so emotional about it last night. But let me tell you, if you ever get a Happy Mail like this, you should be beyond happy because I was unpacking it and unpacking. And there was so much fun stuff in there. There's some boho stuff. There's some creepy stuff. There's some inspirational stuff. It made me so happy. Like extraordinarily happy. I can't even tell you. So here's our dilemma. I had intended to do some prep work for this because what I wanted to do was kind of start figuring out like how far down. Because did anybody watch the video? First of all, I won't over explain if you watch the video. But she had the pages layered. And it was very little overlap, but there was just like a tiny little bit of overlap where, the page stuck out. Each page stuck out a little bit. So I was going to try and figure out, what, if any, pages I needed to remove. And then work from there because I think there's probably too many pages in this. No, that's okay. So it was one of these magazine ones, and she made it out of something a little bit smaller. I just, I go big. But good that you went out with friends. That's awesome. Those are the best days. So the first layer of hers was kind of at this point, but she also had a torn edge, She had either used decorative scissors to make it so, or she had just torn it. And I'm guessing she probably just tore it. So I was trying to figure out, like, obviously I'm not going to glue it like this with this, but this gives me an idea of how many pages I might need to remove. So I think let's start by maybe taking out every other page. This one's thicker than this one, so let's take out this one. So that'll be 1, 2, and that'll be this page out. There we go. So maybe, let's see. I guess it would help if I counted. Because I didn't have time to prep anything. So I'm going to offer you a choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right now there are 12 sheets. I think not including this one. I think maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we keep them very similar, I think we might only need 9 or 10. So and I don't know that it really matters which ones we take out. Let's take out this one. So the choice was we can do this, and I am on the struggle bus with it. Let's not lie. Or I could do just a regular like collage thing, and we could do this tomorrow evening. But I'm game for this. I'm not saying I don't want to do it. I know that I'm late now. I'm like struggling with it, and I don't want you guys to be like, God, what a shitty video. But I am game to just play with this until it works. One of these is going to pop right out of here. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay. Chicken and waffles. Okay. This is not quite the center yet, but we're pretty close. And this is a staple binding, so what I think I'm going to do, let me go back one page. So I think I'm going to take out that middle staple, and I'll leave in these 2 end staples, but I'm also going to do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch on this after I glue a little bit of cardstock onto the cover. Be the flow. I like it. Okay, let's see how many pages we have. 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15. Okay, this is too many still. I think we don't need this many. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the chicken and waffles page just because I want to use that somewhere. I don't know on what, but I feel like I need to have that chicken and waffles in my life. Right? And then let's also pull out this. You know, I absolutely love a club sandwich. I got to tell you. That's usually bar food, though. And, okay. I still think we need to do a couple of pages. So let's take this one. And I think that will stabilize it some. I mean, obviously, this is just a silly magazine book. We're not thinking it's going to stand the test of the ages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I want to keep these kind of thicker pages at the front. So let's take out another one of these. Because we still have, I think we'll just go with whatever these 2 pages are. Because it doesn't matter what's on them. When she made the book, you couldn't even tell what was originally on them. She'd done such a fine job of, and it had lace and stickers and pictures, and it was just fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Well, there we go. 10, right? I counted 10. Let's count it one more time just to be sure. 1 with this cover that's folded down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. I think 10 is good. I think we can work with that. So let's stack these up because there are some images that I want in here, and I'll look at those later. And we did have the discussion about I'm too white for chicken and waffles. I need somebody who understands chicken and waffles to, like, I don't, because it's fried chicken and it's like legs with bones in it. Like, how are you meant to eat it? Do you eat it at the same time? Do you eat it separately? How does it work? Because I like chicken and I definitely like waffles. Just saying. Okay. So before I go too far with this, let's go ahead and take care of the spine thing. Probably not going to reinforce it. We'll just see what happens. Maybe I'll reinforce it on the inside where the paper is thinner. And because, sorry, I'm going to have to move all the stuff that's up here because this magazine is very big and most of it's off screen right now. And I want you guys to be able to see everything. Okay. Oh, I'm probably going to need that. Now I'm throwing that foam brush way over there. Probably going to need a foam brush before this is all over. Okay. Scissors up here. That pen can go over there. All right. Glue's got to go get pushed up there. I think I might even need to move that box. I may need to take that off there. Okay. So let's see. Does that put most of the book up on the thing or not? Okay. So it's going to be a little bit off the screen because it's such a big book, but that gets us a little bit more in the if we have to, we'll take this box out of here. Okay. So so what do we want to, so we want to take out this middle staple, and I know there is an X-Acto knife in here because I hope I put it back in here. That could be a terrible surprise later. No, I didn't. Good job, Amy. So that leaves the question of where did you put your X-Acto knife? Okay. Well, we just need something to pry the staples up with. Let's see if my fingernail's up to the task. Fabric will go over there. Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, not even a heavy-duty staple that much. Okay. Because we need to be able to put a hole in the middle before we. So let me grab my. Just got to stand up and grab my bookbinding stuff. Here we go. Okay, we got our all. Oops. Some thread, a needle. We'll put our penguin up here. Okay, so the staple was right there, so I'm going to consider that about the middle of the book. Right there. And then usually have one near the top, so we'll put it a little bit above the staple. And then we'll put it a little bit below the staple. And then kind of just in the middle here between the staple and the. And that should help us reinforce it just a smidge. Hey, Bima. Els is in the house, guys. Let's see if I can get some of this off here. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, and just a smidge for no reason other than I want to. Because I like it to hang down. I'm just that kind of person. How is your Friday evening going? Like, I don't know. I have a little bit of an idea since we live in the same house. Okay. Put that right there. Thread this needle. Maybe we're threading this needle. No, we're not. Okay, we're going to cut that and try again. Okay. There we go. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, you know what? I'm on live chat. For a minute, I thought I was on top chat.
Want some puppies?
It's just because I was angry. You know, I want a couple of puppies. She's a puffy pusher.
Hey, Amy. Old kids come in colors.
Do they really? I was out there. Okay. I'm going to show you what that's about. Hold on. I'm going to stick the needle in there. What had happened was, you remember I made that little baby collage the other night out of stuff from the harvest. There it is. And then I was like, I wanted to put this on there, you know, because it'll be fun. And it hangs out the book and it's fun. So there's our little collage that we made the other night. That just made me happy. It's a little story of the plan of my life that didn't quite go right, but that's my ideal life. It's the yurt, the little van, some grilled cheese, and an open road. But I wanted to hang this off there. So she's got the Quicklets things, you know, the little quick eyelets that you just need to push and they'll go in the. So I went out and I asked her, would you put a Quicklets in there for me? Because I don't own any Quicklets and she has 9 million of them. And she said, oh, okay, do you want black, white? You know, what do you want? I said, oh, any color, you know, that kind of goes, you know, with my journal because there's blue and pink and orange and all kinds of stuff in here. So she put in this little pinky orange one here. And then I went and I hung this on a black bulb clip and I put it in there. And I'm like, well, that doesn't look quite right. So I was sitting out there talking to her and I said, hey, do you think that they make bulb clips in colors? She reaches up to the right of her desk on the second shelf, pulls out a container. There's about 12 slots of bulb clips in there in every color in the rainbow. And she went, yeah, I think they might. And I went, I hate you. And proceeded to take a tangerine colored clip to go with my pink Quicklets thing. And this is where I wound up putting it. Look, I got it put in without all the hassle of that one thing I tried to tip in on the other book. And I've got my little friendship bracelet that Els has. And then I begged another one off her and she gave me an extra one for my boho journal in primary colors. Check it out. So that's why she keeps saying, hey, bulb pins come in colors. How would I know? When I bought them, they had silver, black, and white, I think. But every time I go out there and I'm like, hey, do you think? She just pulls it off the shelf and goes, yes. And what do you think of these? And that's my whole entire life right there. I am telling you. So we need to pull this through until we get to however long I want it to dangle out of the book. I think about there ought to be good. That should leave room if I want to make it into a dangly. I think that's about right. So let's clip that to the book. Yes, and sometimes she does. It's just a little, they're actually used, mainly, they used to be used in high-end fashion, especially sports, like yoga clothes, to attach the labels to the clothes. Because it allows you, because you don't have to poke the tag gun through any part of the clothing. I have a whole bag of the black ones. Hold the phone. They're called something else too. They have a different name, like the retailing name for it. Here they are. I meant I had a big bag of them. They were for quilting originally. Where I originally saw them was in retail. So they actually look like little light bulbs. So you can attach them to paper clips or safety clips or poke a small hole into something. So that's what they look like. And then, hi Mary, how are you? And then you just unclip it like that and put whatever you want onto it. A charm or a dangle or anything, whatever you want. Then you close it back up. And if you don't want it to accidentally come unhooked, you can actually put a little bit of glue on the inside of there. And it'll be harder to open. But so it just looks, because it looks like a bulb. It does have a different name. Like if you look it up in a catalog somewhere. If you type bulb pin into Amazon, you're going to come up with lots of, apparently even colored options now. Colors. Schmancy and stuff. Oops. Got carried away with that. Now we have bulb pins all over my desk. That'll be exciting. A year from now, I'll pull a bulb pin off there and be like, why is this here? All right, so we're just doing our little 5-stitch binding stitch. Starting
to get a complex. You don't like presents.
I do like your present. Oh, I don't know why that happens. I'm sorry. It's me. It's me, not you. It's definitely me.
I know.
Look, see, I don't even have to look it up anymore because I do it more often. Every time I did this for a while, because it had been so long since I did one, I had to look it up. And the first time I did the 7-hole, oh, I spent like an hour and a half swearing at the book. It was a 3 signature 7-hole signature stitch. And I was sweating and swearing. Got a little rude up in here. Alice went by and went, do you just want me to do that for you? And I was like, no, now it's personal. I'm doing it no matter what. Ta-da. Now we definitely don't want to, and you want one side of the string to be on that side and one side of the string to be on this side. So when you tie the knot, it's right there. Okay. Let me put that back in the little tube. The last thing we need floating around in my room is loose needles. That would not be bueno. Okay. We're just going to tie that into a nice, tight, left over right, right over left. And then we're going to clip them to approximately the same length. And we're done. Ta-da! Now we can start worrying about the rest of it. Okay. Look, Els made me a, what do you call that machine? You roll the piece of paper through it, it makes little like ridges in it. She put that Goodwill receipt through there and she's like, would you like the receipt? I'm like, I would now that it's, yeah, paper crimper. I'm like, now that it's crimped, yes, I would. And check that out. That is awesome. Okay. I think maybe I'm going to be, oh, good. Okay. So we're going to start by cutting this paper in half, this one, because I don't want to have a 4-thick piece of glued paper. Let me put this cording back in my little penguin, though, and close that up so we don't have needles and stuff everywhere. See, that's why the penguin's there. So we've already decided where half is because I folded it in half. And it would help if I put the little flappy thing down. Otherwise, that's never going to work for us, right? Okay. And you know I'm going to keep that half of the hamburger. That's going to go somewhere. Because I can't help myself. I know, right? A great big old hamburger, Tammy. Mm-mm. All right, so we're going to start by folding these in half. But I don't. So where do I really want that? So I'm just going to decide by the lettering over here. So I think I want it to stick out about as far as the O right there. So we're going to fold there. So the first thing we can do is just remove this piece. Well, that was probably a little too much. Let's see what happens now. Oop, I made those. Okay, so we just won't glue that one all. We'll glue it to the back. Whatever, it's going to be all covered up. Actually, probably a little bit less than that, huh? All right, I've learned a lesson. So we learned a thing. I'm sure there must be instructions on doing this somewhere. And I just didn't find them. Because we're going to tear the edges. I forgot about that part. Once it's glued, we're going to tear the edges. So we need to leave room to tear off about that much, right? Okay, so we have 2. So let's start gluing and tearing so that we know what we're doing. I started a new. Yay! I'm so happy, Mary. Thrive is a good word, but it's too late to tear that out. We've already committed to our 10 pages. All right, but thrive is an excellent word, and I'm going to have a puffy. Is this caramelized what? Puffed corn puff? It's the same consistency on the inside as like a puffy cheese puff, but it has caramel on the outside. All right. My glue bottle is looking disturbingly dirty. I'm going to be a little bit sad when we cover up that cheeseburger, though. But you know what we could cover up that cheeseburger with? The other half of the cheeseburger. Now, we don't want it all the way right up to the edge because we don't want it to have any bulk. And we're going to be adding bulk when we glue all the other stuff to it. See, we left a little space there. Which is why we went ahead and sewed it. What? Hi, Christine. How you doing? Oh, I didn't put my awl back in there. And you know what? That's the thing I lose the most. How is your Friday night going? Okay. Trying to get some glue off my fingers. I'm trying not to get totally glue fingers this early in the night. So today was kind of an off day when we were out. And I don't know how far to glue this on this side, so we're going to glue this side. And then we'll have, this one will just have a little less bulk. So we'll put something thicker when we glue it down. Whatever we're going to glue to it. Because essentially this is a glue book. You need all the friends. Well, all the ladies here, we're all friends of a sort. Online friends aren't any less real than ones you see every day. Or every so often, as the case may be. You know, you have those friends that you see every day. Maybe they're coworkers, but also friends. Then you have those kind of friends where you only see them once in a blue moon. But it's like you were just together, you know, because you have that kind of bond. Okay, so let's see about this. This is the part I have so much anxiety about. She had torn edges on hers, which was one of the things I really liked about it. And so we're just going to do it. Marcy, how are you? I saw that you subscribed to me yesterday. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully we will not scare you off with our shenanigans. So here we're just gonna, oh, I'm so nervous about this, guys. Well, what's the worst thing that happens? It is a magazine. It was a free magazine. This is one of the free Las Vegas publications. And I always pick up 2 because I love the size. And there's always big food images, you know. I feel like it's too same down here. Oh, that's going too far. Too far. Come back up. Okay. There we go. That'll work. So that's kind of how she went. So she had a really thin first layer, and we're just going to go from here. So I'm not falling for that shenanigans again. Let's fold it from here. So that's where the halfway point is. This one this is the part I'm going to tear off, and we're going to work with the rest of that, I think. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, how high would, so maybe to the, yeah, there are quite a few people in here tonight, but we're happy to have you. Always great to welcome new people to the community. I love it. Let's see how this works. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. And we all know mathing is not my best thing. So let's try folding this down. And we don't want it quite all the way to the edge because we don't want to create all this kind of bulk right up against the edge. I have to tell you, and I'm probably going to be in the minority of people, I don't like Bobby Flay. I think he's probably a jerk. I don't know why I don't. That'll work because we're going to tear it down. So that was perfect for that one. Woohoo! Look at me. I did it. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. Oh no. I'm getting glue on my keyboard, guys. I didn't look, and I had glue burger. Just glue was coming out of there. All right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Bobby Flay. Just putting it out there. And if you are, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. What'd I miss about Tammy? Give me a second. I'll have to scroll back up. I missed something about Tammy. Is it about your dad? I saw that he had to go in for surgery. A heart attack or something of the like. I'm glad he's doing good. Better than... Huh? You'll catch me up?
Yeah, she did get in to see him today.
Good. Do you feel better? It's always better when you get to see him in person.
But he's going to need more rehab.
Well, I'm sure.
But she's there, so that,
Yeah, she can kick him in the booty.
Yeah.
Metaphysically when she can't actually.
Hey,
She's not going to kick a sick man when he's at home.
When my mom
Literally, at least.
She wouldn't get out of bed.
Did you go over there and drag her butt out of bed?
I walked in the room. I said, "Get your fat ass up out that bed."
And everybody in the room went, "Oh."
Yeah. And I told her, "You can't be nice to her."
Well, because she was kind of one of those personalities, right?
Yeah.
She was a little bit like you, only on steroids. Am I going to get in trouble?
I'm just obstinate. She was good.
What do you think so far?
I'm confused. What are we doing?
It is a glue book. But she had it so it was graduated.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. So you're going to do like one, like step.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When she did it, I thought that it looked
That
great.
means you're going to cut Bobby Flay out?
I just said I don't like him. Huh?
Please cut him out.
The way you feel about Martha Stewart?
Bobby Flay?
Yeah.
And I don't. With Wolfgang sucks too.
I'm not a real fan of, but I don't feel violent about it.
Oh, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't like
I think he's pretentious.
For a pizza cook? Yeah.
Okay, Marcy. Oh, I like to saw to a board. Well, open heart surgery, anything they do that actually they cut into your chest can be, you know. So we're going to tear some off here. And we may have to go back and tear off more. Because I think her first section was super, like maybe 1.5 inches. And by the time we get done with this, it'll be too late to take pages out. So however it turns out is however it turns out, guys. I gotta say, I like the raggedy edge. I don't know if this is how she did it. This is my interpretation of what I saw. But I think we may have to cut it down a little bit. Hey, Chris Shook, how you doing? All right, so now to figure this out, I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold that in half. Yeah, I think we're going to have to tear some additional pieces off here to make this. I think I haven't made it small enough for the number of pages. Maybe I should have only done, I can probably still remove as long as we're not to the middle. Maybe we'll make it 8 pages instead of 10. So we're starting by ripping off Bobby Flay's elbow. Good luck eating a hamburger with that elbow. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, so let's try folding that in half and see what happens. Let's see where we're at. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, you're I hate to tell you this, Chris. I don't like Bobby Flay. And he's your boyfriend. We have a little bit of a difference of opinion on Bobby Flay right there. Okay, so we're going to glue that down and then we're going to tear the edge. And then I think we're going to, since we're not to the middle yet, are we? Are we to the middle? That's the middle. We can't tear any more pages out, guys. Oops. Okay, so we're stuck with whatever we're doing here. The only thing we can do is make it a little bit shorter, which that's a fairly easy fix. The only good thing about tearing it while it's still a little wet with the glue is we're getting a more raggedy edge than we might otherwise. So we had Chinese food. Is anybody else having, like, do you have a Friday thing you do? Do you do pizza? Do you always have hamburgers? Is it your salad night? Do you just eat? Like, what do you guys do for your Friday night? It didn't used to be Chinese food. Friday, I think, because a lot of times the kids are here. So sometimes Friday's a getcha. Or we're doing kid-friendly food, you know, like spaghetti or something. You glue that back on. I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to take off more of his arm, Chris. And I'm not going to be sorry. I'm going to be unapologetic about it. Okay. We are to the middle. think I want to tear that down just a little bit. I'm liking it so far. So yeah, right in the middle right there. And then we're just going to have less and less of the fold. Fridays or whatever you're hungry for nights. Janice noodle soup. I'm sorry. So you don't want to hear about my Kung Pao chicken? But you know what? You're getting all the foods we normally deprive ourselves of. You get to have I love pudding. I got to tell you, I do love me some pudding. And I'm not as big a fan of ice cream as Els is. But I do love me some Rocky Road or butter pecan. What else do I like? We talked about the black cherry jello already. But I'm not a fan of chocolate pudding, though, oddly enough. Butterscotch is my favorite, and as it turns out, also Mike's favorite. Or one of my. Mike is the man of many flavors. He likes all kinds of flavors of pudding. And he especially likes chocolate, but he knows when he makes that. That's all for him. That's not saying I would never eat it. It's just not my favorite. Because I'm not a fan of cake, but you bring cake into the house, suddenly I might want some cake. Because it's there. But I don't generally go out and in search of cake. Except maybe cheesecake. Oh, Janice likes butterscotch too. She's on team butterscotch. Woohoo! And got rice in. Oh, wonton soup is good. Most Chinese or Asian soups are good stuff, aren't they? I'm a fan. I'm sorry, but we're going to go right over that, Chris. We're going to go right over your boyfriend. Had I realized that, if you'd been in a little bit earlier, I would have taken out that page instead of one of the others. And I would have mailed it to you. So you can work on your stalker wall of Bobby Flay pictures. Because I don't at all have some pictures of Norman Reedus anywhere in any of my personal journals. That's never happened. Because I'm a normal, non-stalkery human being. But only as Daryl in The Walking Dead. Because I'm not confused about fantasy and reality. I like the character he plays, not necessarily the actor. There we go. Yes, Italian is. So I bought Italian food. But Chris, the food itself is always better left over. It takes on the flavors. Alice does not like The Walking Dead at all. She's not a fan. I haven't watched this season though. The 11th season. I did finish the 10th season. I think. But I have not watched the current season. Oh, you know what? Okay, so just a little bit for the tearing part of this. Come on, do what I need you to do. We're just going to go a little bit higher up. So we were getting like 1/4 of an inch. Now we're going to go a little bit higher up. Who wants to slap this lady right here looking skinny and happy about weight loss? Bitch, you don't even need to lose 2 pounds. Chris is okay. You like Bobby Flay and you hate The Walking Dead. Chris, I'm a little confused. Trying to find some common ground. Oh, Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, the zombie stuff is pretty gory. There's a lot of the more oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. We were gonna go to right here. Well, now I've put extra glue on it. It wouldn't be one of my lives if I didn't glue something I shouldn't. Right? Do you like oatmeal, Janice? I love oatmeal. I can't eat it so much anymore because that makes me tired. But I like to add things to it like cinnamon and peanut butter. You can add different flavors of preserves to it. Although not really a spring and summer food, you know. Oatmeal's a heavier. Okay. Now we got to get rid of that. Okay, we won't talk about oatmeal anymore. But I'm going to throw it out there, Janice. My favorite cookie in the whole world, oatmeal raisin. Also, oddly enough, Elle's favorite cookie, I think. Hold on for a second. I got to turn on the heat gun, and you know I don't have a noise canceling microphone, so bear with me for a second. All right, that should take the edge off that so it doesn't stick to anything else in here. Yeah. All right, so now let's flip this all over. Let's tear us an edge. So now we got to be careful because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we need to start. We got to make sure it goes all the way to the end too. Ooh, that's nice, Janice. I do like peanut butter is my second favorite. Peanut butter. And I don't like chocolate chip cookies at all. Now, I like to doctor my oatmeal so it has stuff in it. But okay. We probably could have left a little bit more on there. But it is what it is. We'll take, you know what? We'll go here. Let's see. I think that's fine. If we start scaling back, that one I made a little, okay. Who's that supposed to be? Old School Pizzeria, 3 locations. PizzaOldSchool.com. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Well, they're not even open late for Vegas. Okay, so I think we're going to go just a little bit further out. And then because it's a glue book, I'm going to go ahead and put a little mark so I don't get carried away with the glue this time. Because we're going to glue stuff over it. The version I saw the lady make, it had fabric and lace and pictures and let's see. Oh, I missed something. Chris is going to be right back. Let's see. Oh, yeah. His wife is amazing. And they're so cute together. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was also on, he was on Supernatural. He was the dad on Supernatural. He plays a great bad guy, though, for being such a nice guy, or at least appearing to be such a nice guy. I don't know. You could totally be a jackass in real life. I don't want to know that. If you know that's a fact, don't tell me. Makes it hard for me to enjoy. He appears to be a very nice man. I've already had several celebrities reign for me because they're just jackasses in real life. I don't care how talented you are. That doesn't make it okay for you to treat people like shit. Yeah, nothing that can slip under there and get into your dentures would be bad. All right, so we just want to tear a little bit of that off, just this very edge over here. But we don't want it to be too straight, right? Which is so just taking maybe the dark edge off this. Whoa, whoa, too far, too far. Come back. Oh, we need to take a little bit more off the end of this one. I think I have more pages than she had. I should have counted the pages. But that's okay. Ooh, French toast. Ooh. We had French toast the other day. I do like me some French toast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only have 3 pages to go. All right. So now I have no words for reference. All right, let's see how that's looking. I think I want a little bit more than that to work with. I think I can get rid of this cutter. I think I'm not gonna. Let's do that. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. So I want it a little bit out further than that. Okay. Yeah, that gives us that way we can rip off that much. Yeah. Have a little bit more to work with there. Okay. Hot 6 has finally been mailed. Woo woo! My Stephanie Plum book is on its way. That'll be book 6. And I am looking forward to seeing what kind of shenanigans they get up to in this one. I love that Lulu is kind of her partner in crime, and that they're both big chickens. I am truly loving the ridiculousness of that series. So I started a new batch of tea last night, and I got some of the maps in there. It's going to take me, I think, probably a total of 3 batches to get all the maps I want to get dyed done, because I have like 3 or 4 sizes that I tore up the maps into. They are super funny, and they're pretty clean for, kind of romance meets bounty hunter kind of thing. I like that they don't focus on the sex. That there's not big, huge. I'm not saying there's not a place for that, because I do love paranormal romance, and that's enough sex for about 86 people in one of those. But I love cozy mysteries, and this series is kind of a little bit like that, although she's a bounty hunter. But I always feel like it's a plot wrapped around first a love triangle, and secondly sex. Yeah, there's more than 25 books in the series, so I got a ways to go. I just started it. Somebody from here turned me onto it, and I am enjoying it thoroughly. I'm getting it 1 book at a time, so I don't spend too much money at any one time, because tiny budget. But I'm enjoying it because it's more of a story and less driven around, fitting sex into the plot 50 times, which makes me really happy. Because I love cozy mysteries, but I don't love the love triangle. I don't love the girl on girl hate. I love that that's, you know, there's one kind of lady that she hates in the series, but that's like a childhood rivalry. It's not just girl on girl hate because of a guy. That's okay. What's wrong with fairy porn? Whatever floats your boat. I am not judging anybody's taste. I like The Walking Dead, for God's sake. I am not in any position to judge anybody. I tore this out of I had 2 of these. I always pick up 2. I took this out. It is 2 girls sitting in a fountain at Caesar's Palace in their bra and underpants, wearing those feathered headdresses and feathered wings. If that's not Vegas, I don't know what is. Right? All right. So it's going to be ultimately a little bit less wide than, I think, yeah. It's going to be a little bit less wide than the magazine was originally, but that's okay. Viva Las Vegas. Y'all know about the time Elvis delivered dark chocolate Milky Ways to me from Carla, right? The delivery driver that brought those. I did not see it. I would have loved to have seen it. Els went to pick up the delivery off the porch because the guy knocked or rang the bell or something. And it was an older guy, late 60s or so, in the full jumpsuit with the rhinestones and the glasses, delivering dark chocolate Milky Ways. Oh, the grandma is awesome. And her parents, I love their relationship. And I love his attitude towards life. Oh, my God. The scene in the most recent one, and I hope I'm not spoiler, plug up your ears. Yes. Yes, only in Vegas. So plug your ears real quick for like 30 seconds. When the grandma tases the dad, oh my God, I practically peed myself laughing. I was reading it like 4 a.m, laughing so hard I was crying. I saw it coming a mile away, but the description, if I'd been drinking something, would have made me spit water out of my mouth. Oh, I remembered I was going to drink wine tonight. Dang it. I was going to let loose a little bit, ladies. I got a little plastic goblet for my, one of those little stemless wine glasses. Yeah, that should work. And since this is the outside cover, I'm actually going to fold that to the inside. The scenes at the funeral home scenes. I laughed just as hard at those. And they were at the funeral home again. The grandma all up in the coffin doing like a model photo shoot of the dead guy. Oh my God. And the book before this, they had a transgender person, and that was awesome. And this one had a little person in it, and that was awesome. Like, they're not afraid to go there with any of it. Right? All righty. There it is, guys. I think I definitely have more pages than she had. And it's not necessarily too late to take some out. We may take one of these out because they're so close together here. We might take this one out. I don't know. Once it's all done, I'm sure it'll be fine. So you get more room to work as you go along. And she kind of treated the insides as kind of a double thing. And I think that'll be fun. What do you guys think? Terrible? Awful? So we've got our ruffledy thing. How you like me now? This one's a little boring. It tore very straight, but you can't win them all. That's the boring one. Although over here it was like wah ha 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 ha. We still have a little bit of the cheeseburger left on there, and there's the rest. Yes. Yeah. Let me grab one for you because I can never remember how to. Is that how Janice got it right? That is how you spell it. Janice has got it. I'm book 6 is winging its way to me. I just got the notice that it's going to be coming my way. All right. So let me pull the video in case you guys want to go. In case somebody's like, what the heck are you even making? Let's go over here. So now I got to figure out, whoa, don't run away from me. My paper shredder just tried to run away. It's had enough of my stuff. Go here, please. So now we're just going to treat this like a glue book. And it's going to be part of Scraps of Joy, I think. It'll be just another Scraps of Joy. So sometimes we could work in this book. And I'm going to... I just feel like it's a little too tall here. I'm going to... What am I going to do? I am going to gesso the pages. Stiffen them up a little bit. Just a light coat, not like a super thick. History. You like it? But because it's so thin back here, even though this page is technically thicker than the inside pages, just a real light coat of gesso.
What if you just glued a piece of paper to the back of it?
Well, it's going to be all the, and the ones on the inside are, I mean, down here it's not going to matter. That's too thick.
Right.
But the farther along you get, the less.
The thinner they become.
Right. And I think because of the way the book looked, that she had to have, or the other option is I could just swipe paint over it with the card.
You can never unsee that.
And nobody will ever believe me. She comes in and dances and does the most ridiculous thing. One night she was flossing. You can never unsee a fat lady flossing in your room. And I don't mean her teeth. Oh, come on, you guys. Come on, I want you to scroll down. Like, you have to be difficult. Okay, hold on. I watched a bunch of videos today. Here it is.
Don't forget, we're doing trivia on Sunday, even though it's Easter.
Oh, okay. So look, here's the original. Oh. I can hear you back there doing that, and you knocked my goblet on the floor again. Seriously. Did you shake it off with your ass? Here it is. Look, look, look. This is the one she made. See what I mean?
Okay.
Do you kind of get what I said?
I get it now. I didn't understand it when you were talking about folding the paper and the moving the things. And I was like, what the hell is she talking? Woman's on crack.
Maybe, but that's not the point.
Okay.
I can't. I can't.
You love me.
Why am I here? What's my purpose in life? Why haven't you shared? Because you read on Kindle and you make fun of me. Can you see what? Well, I could move the camera around, but she'd run away before I got it all the way facing her. Okay, so this is it's Darlene. I think the last name is Winter. But Darlene Winter. This is the link to the video that inspired me. Oh, well, that's not going to work. I just pasted all of the things in my description box into this box. It's Elle's fault. She distracted me. I'm blaming Elle's. I am 100% blaming Elle's. But when I was looking at it, just screamed Scraps of Joy to me. Like the vibe. That's like the embodiment of what I feel like Scraps of Joy should be like. Well, gotta blame somebody, and I don't want to accept the blame. Yeah, so there we go. So should we paint in it, or should we move on to the other book we were going to make that we don't know what we did with the thing? We had a moment, and we don't know what we did with things. There's all the pages. Oh, yeah, there it is. Found it. Why is it always got to be my fault? It can't be my fault. I accept no blame. Okay, it was my fault. But I didn't unleash a fat lady into my room to dance. Maybe both books. How much time do you have? Says the giant toddler. Oh my God. The amount of BS rolling around in here. Sorry, I'm petting my book now. It's fun. I can't wait to start using it. Okay, that's fun. All right, so we have this book. Let's see how big is it. Hold it out this way so we can decide on papers. And we need a cover, and this is the stuff I was going to prep. Oh, she did. We were first we went to Goodwill. Okay, mind you, we left the house to go get Chinese food, and that's never just what happens. Chinese food is the lure to get me out of the house. So it's 11 3/4. So we're going to say the inside pages need to be about 11. And then it's how tall this way? 11.5. So we need paper that's at least, so this is not going to take 8.5 by 11 as a full size piece of paper. So, back to the scavenger. I'm sorry. We went to Goodwill. It was kind of a weird day at the Goodwill. There was a little boy there with his grandparent and his sister. His sister was super well behaved. He was not, and I was not amused. Then from there we went to TJ Maxx. It's a delicious cookie. And I bought a coffee mug there that says "You Are My Sunshine," and it's orange on the inside, and it's a little fat round mug, and I love it. And then we went and we got the Chinese food. Well, we ordered the Chinese food, went to TJ Maxx, came back, got the Chinese food. And then Elle says on the way home, and it was $4.44, $4.45. I think I should go by Michael's because, she shops by vibe. If her brain tells her, you need to go to this store, then it's probably a good chance there's something in the store that she needs. So we go to Michael's. It was not being very groovy. There were no good paper pads. They didn't really have anything super fun on sale, but we were perusing through the sale shelves. And there was this one lady that just would not get out of the way. She was like blocking one section of it was her personal space. But Elle's found this little pack of K & Company, I think. Die cut flowers. 39 cents. Yeah, probably. She knows. We'll be driving down the road to go do something. She'll be like, we need to go to that Goodwill over there. And I'm like, I don't even argue anymore. I'm like, all right, whatever. We're going to Goodwill. And more than 95% of the time, she's right. That when we came out of the Michaels, there was this car in the parking lot. And it had its, so I have some damaged paper here. Maybe we'll use some of that. It had, what did it have? One of those piercing, kind of police siren sounding, but very high pitched squealing noise coming out of it for the alarm. And it set off Elsa's migraine, and it made my eye twitch. And I was a little bit cranky before that, but after that, oh my God, it was so cranky. And it was partially probably because I was hungry, but we'd had wraps earlier, so it's not like I didn't eat that day. So we'll include those two. And this is going to be a glue book, so it doesn't really matter if the pages are pretty. They do not have to be pretty. Let's see. We'll use that. Then I'm going to grab some scrapbook paper. This weird pile of scrapbook paper that I got from Alice finds the weirdest shit. But I think we'll just make this out of scrapbook paper because it's not a journal. This is going to be a glue book as well. Oh, I just knocked something over. That was exciting. What I say? I don't remember now. It was 2 days ago. Oh, it was in the middle of the night. Okay, so let's see about... I'd love to use this as a page, but we need to trim it down. And I don't want to trim down the window side of it at all. So... So a little bit before that. I have way too much stuff piled next to me on the ironing board. We're eventually going to have an issue. All right, Els. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I'm feeling the heat. Oops. Okay, so I think it's right about there. I hope I got this right. Okay, so it's going to be... Oh, we could have done that. Well, that would have been easier. Okay. To avoid the thickness, we'll just do this. It'll be a little bit less tall than I'd like it to be, but... I got some stamps mailed in this to me. I ordered some stamps from the post office, and this is the envelope they came in. But it's just about right like that, right? That's fun. So we have 3 pages. Whoa, yeah, it's Friday night. Oh, but you was... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. I meant it with loving kindness. I was not trying to be unkind. Mary is a fan of the... She's not the only one, though. Lots of people like the unprocessed paper. So I am discovering... That'll blind you. How about some of that? So here we are. We're looking for kind of the ugliest papers in the pile. Or just things that are unusual and will be fun to use. I think we need about, what, 7 or 8 pages, I would think. I didn't think she would be alone. So we decided this was what, 11 and, what did I decide we were doing here? Memory like a sieve. So we wanted to make this about 11, and then I think it was around 10 for the, yeah, around 10. So 10 by 11. So 11 this way. And 10, that's what we'll cut the border off this. 4, 10, that's right there. You can keep that part. That'll be cute on something. Okay, so then we're going to fold that in half. We're going to double check it with the book. Yeah, that's just about perfect. So we'll have some different sized stuff. So anything this way needs to be about 11. And this is a fairly thick paper, so this is more towards the cardstock area of paper. Okay. And this one to 11. So we're only cutting off about 1 inch. How's that? And I'm not saying it doesn't matter because it's for scraps of joy. I'm just saying because this isn't, I'm not undertaking this as a solemn kind of venture. I feel like I can be a little more whimsical with the papers. I put in some things that you might not want in like a writing journal or a grown-up journal. Grown-up, what's that? Right? Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's do 8 pages. Let's get at least one more full-size page. Yes, yes. How about some of this crazy stripy paper? The both of us, Janice. We could never go on a road trip together. We wouldn't be able to know where we were going. At least that's one thing you can say about Elle. She most of the time remembers, like, what were we just doing? What was I just talking about? She rolls her eyes and moves on with life. Ah, crazy fat lady. She's at it again. All right. And the white pages with the stuff on the back is no big deal because we're gonna glue book over it anyway. But you could at least not slide all over the place while I'm folding you. Okay, so at least you have a good sense of direction. I got on the bus one time and had to call my friend to talk me down. I have no idea where I am. And I was very upset because I was new to Phoenix at the time and didn't realize how easy the street system was. And I got totally freaked out. I really did. I'm so happy to use this piece. I can't even tell you. I can't even. Now let's put one of these so that it's on the inside instead of the outside. Okay, so I think we're gonna do a regular size page. And then we'll do a shorty page. Let's switch these out. Let's put this one here. And then the regular size page. And then this one. And then, where do I want that? Did we make that too big? Are those pieces too big? Yep. We get a couple of things that are going to be too big. Okay. So we're just going to... you saw nothing. Nothing happened here. Moving right along, people. Moving right along. Okay, so we need to just cut the little end off that. There we go. Okay, there's still a little bit. This is not the technical way to do this. This is totally the cheater, lazy way to do this. This is something I would never do if I were making a book for somebody else. But it's for me and I'm lazy. That's when my divorce was, I was separating from my husband when I moved there. And I'm trying to find the right place. I think I want it right here. So we'll put one of those to the top and one of those to the bottom. It's still going to stick over the edge a little bit. You do not see this happening. This is not happening. This never happened. Okay, so let's see. Well, there we go. Just barely. So now we just need to sew it in, right? That was super fun. Well, then this is just the easy one. Because we're going to use it as a glue book, I don't want to put in paper I absolutely love because we're going to cover it up. You're only going to see peeps and glimpses if you see anything, right? We're going to creeple this up and make backgrounds and just all kinds of fun stuff. Love that we're going to recycle this envelope. I've been holding on to it for the better part of a year. So, but so let's get the sewing box back out. Look at me. I'm going to sew 2 signatures in one night. What? And I'm going to be just as cavalier about this one. I'm not sure what happened there. There's stuff going on with this. Need to figure out where the end of that is. Oh boy. So 1, 2, 3, and a smidge. I like my smidge. We need our... Yeah, we lived in Maryland, so I'm familiar with Baltimore and DC, but it was a gajillion years ago. I was 10 when we moved there. We moved from Hawaii to Maryland. Isn't that a change? And we lived on base, Fort Meade. Is that Fort Meade? I think. My dad worked in a building with no windows. Exciting. And so we lived on base for a lot of the time. We were there for 6 or 7 years. It was the longest we ever lived anywhere. And I'm going to wing it just like I did before. In the middle. To the bottom. To the top. Oops. No. Nope. You got to get back where you go. You got to live in your space. And see, this is why you have the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. That's going to be just below where it is. So if I only had the 3, this would only be held in with the 2 holes. The 5-hole stagger pages in any way. You want to use a lot of smaller stuff or stick in envelopes and whatnot. That you do get at least 3 points of contact on every page, thus making it more secure. Because over time, if I flip through this enough and there wasn't, I didn't have these 2 extra holes, this part would start to have issues. So we lived in Maryland, and we moved out to Glen Burnie. My dad went to college. He went to university while we were there. He went to Johns Hopkins. Nope, I want it from the inside, right? Because I like my things to be on the inside. Yeah, he went to Johns Hopkins while we were there. He got something to do with English literature, because when he retired from the military, he wanted to become a high school English teacher, I think, or a community college. He wanted to teach, because I think that was his last job before we moved to Germany, was he was teaching some sort of classes. I don't remember what, because I was, between 10 and 16. 16 is when we left Maryland. And we went to Germany. But, I was a kid. I didn't care what he was doing for a job. It was something boring my dad had to go do every day, right? That's how much I cared. I didn't really talk about work. My parents never really talked about their jobs. They did not bring home their work stuff. Okay, this is giving me fits. All right, we'll do it the other way. No, you don't. What is going on? There we go. No. There, it's the first page. It's giving me. Good Lord. That seemed more difficult than it needed to be. The struggle is real. Okay. Make that nice and tight. Hey, Nina, how's it going? Hope you're having a good evening. All right, so let's get that nice and tight. And go down here to this hole. Oops. And then down here, we're making things happen. And we have that jacked up. That's okay. That's been standing in a box. I stack things in different size boxes and they're all over the place. Although I'm finally getting it under control. Which I thought I was going to get some stuff out of the hallway today. But then we went for Chinese food. And so this one's on this side of the string. We want this one to be on the other side of the string for when we do the knot. So I'm going to pull back the needle a little bit and just make sure that it's on the other side. You can slide it under there once you've done your thing. But that was nice and tight. Pretty good. You can hold that with your finger too. The string, it's not in that much danger. But I like to be able to pull it tight, so I do like to clip it to the bottom if the book is thin enough. That's harder to do if you're working with more than one signature at a time. Because you have less space to work in as you put in the signatures. Nice and tight. Oh, how awesome, Nina. That is super good news. I'm so happy. I think that is beyond fabulous. So what was I getting at? Oh, so yeah, and then we did, we went to concerts and stuff, and we did fireworks in DC and stuff. I remember that kind of stuff. We did do some family type stuff. We went kind of up and down the East Coast doing, things that families do. I probably should have and did not. Ow. I should have used my, you know what I'm talking about. My bone folder just to burnish those pages before I put them in there. Oopsie doodle. I was so excited about putting fun, ridiculous pages in here that I didn't think of it. But look at that. In just a short amount of time, we made 2 different glue books. It doesn't have to be a big, long, super complicated process. I mean, if you want to theme it and all of that, just for me, I think it's more fun. And this is me talking about my own personal preferences. Now, normally I would have also inked the pages ahead of time and all that. But we're going to do the cover and everything. Oh, hip dysplasia. Whoa. And didn't know? That's crazy. But awesome for her. That I'm so happy. It's not even me, and I'm super happy. I'm like, that's amazing. So we're gonna add stuff to the cover. We're gonna collage. So I almost covered the cover like before I did anything else. But I thought, let's just collage the heck out of this. This is totally out of junk mail. Awesome. I'm glad she's in a lot less pain. Anything that's less pain, I'm all for it. So we did this one, and we did. I lost the other book, guys. And we did this one. Check us out. Now, if we haven't been on for too terribly long, we might take a potty break and put some paint, some crazy, crazy lime green and other fun paints onto this one, because we're going to total mixed media the heck out of this one, I think. It'll look a little bit like a mixed media art journal thing. And oh, by the way, that video I shared earlier that I got this idea from, it's only 3 minutes long, guys. And I've given her the watch time about 5 times. And I gave her a thumbs up because woohoo. But let me see how long we've been on. I have no idea. So an hour and an hour and 45 minutes. I think we could go longer if you guys are up for it. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you, just so you can get an idea. Like when I saw it, I thought that feels like Scraps of Joy to me. Like that's the feeling I feel. I may not get there visually with the book, but that's the feeling I have when I think of Scraps of Joy. It's that kind of just whatever feels good to you in the moment, you know? I haven't done today's Scraps of Joy. I'm going to do it after this live, and it'll be up, should be around 5 in the morning East Coast time. I think I might have scheduled to go for, it's 2 a.m. our time, but I think I might have put it for 2 p.m. yesterday or today. I'm not sure. I might have screwed that up. So I still have Scraps of Joy to do. But so let's take a few minutes of a potty break because I need something to drink and I need to go potty. And then we're going to come back and I'll grab a few paints while I'm doing that. And we'll just smudgy some paints on here and have a good time. And this one, I want to think a little bit about it because I want to put like, I'm very much a single image on the cover kind of person, and I don't know why, but I think I want to layer this one up. So I'm going to put mine on mute. I lost my bathroom sign though. In case somebody comes in while we're all away. Here we go. Let's see. Let's do the back of that. Oh my God. Get your shit together. Okay. Potty break. Potty. Right, that way if anybody comes in, it's not like, what's going on here? There's no sound and nobody's talking. All right, so you guys, if you need to drink a potty break, go do your thing. I'm going to mute on this end, and I'm going to go have me a little potty. And I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and Nels is telling all my secrets. I'd leave the room for 3 or 4 minutes, and there she is. I do. I have a tiny bladder. It's true. Is true. Okay. I love the size of this. It's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah. So happiness is, right? By the time we got to the bathroom, though, everybody had to pee. I didn't scare you. Okay, so do we gesso first, or do we just slap paint on here and see what happens? Okay, so I'll use this piece of this envelope just to. We'll start with one and see what happens. What's the worst that happens? It looks terrible and we start over. Speaker is loud. I don't have any control over that, actually. Maybe I just leaned in too far, or I got too exuberant. How is it now? You don't like your boho journal, Mary? Okay, so let's see. These are Dauber style. This came in my Happy Mail, guys. Okay, I just wanted to make sure there was no nothing on there. So I think we just, I don't know, do we squeeze it till it comes out of the top? What do we do? Let's see. Dab on surface. Drag tip. Oh, here we go. Some of it's starting to come out. This is the Bingo Dauber method. Oh, that's not really going to work. Okay. New plan. So we're going to have to gesso, which means we can't do it tonight because I need to make gesso. But that was interesting. That is a pretty orange, though. That is called ripe persimmon. And then I have broken china. And oh, I think that's the same one. It's hard to tell through there, but that's okay because blue is good. Yeah, bingo. I did use bingo daubers the other day. So we're going to, I will make gesso tonight or in the morning. Els has her class tomorrow. What are we going to do? Didn't really plan any further than this for tonight. So she's going to go on for her class about 3 o'clock, and they're usually a few hours. It is pretty, a pretty color. I love, well, you know, orange is one of my favorite colors. And I might even gesso this, and we'll just come on and slap paint tomorrow. So I don't know. You guys may have plans. If you can come, great. If you can't, I do understand. Of course. Real life friends, you know, and the family stuff, and it's Easter weekend. But I'll be on, let's call it 5:30 for safety. I don't have any plans to go out tomorrow. Tomorrow is Mike's day off, so usually if they're going out, Els will go with Mike. But yeah, I want to gesso this. You got to work. Wah. I'm sorry. And then I will be back on Sunday afternoon around 2 o'clock. So, but we're going to work on this tomorrow and sleep. And then on Sunday, what are we doing on Sunday? Oh, and I need a list of you guys so I can do we got to do the drawing for I wrote names down somewhere. Where are they? I wrote them down. That's not them. I had a whole list. Oh, you know what? It was on a piece of steno paper. Amy, what'd you do with that? Here it is. Ah, okay. If my head wasn't attached, Els will tell you. Okay, so let's go. So Artie Dar, Janice, Rebecca, Stephanie G, Francis, Mary, Tammy, Christine E, Marcy was in, got Christine, Chris, Tina O, I think, and Nina. I think so. If I haven't said your name and you are in the room, and Nina, is everybody in here in the United States, right? Christine just having some ice cream. Okay, so.
No, I'm on the ethereal plane of work.
You knock it, Tina and Nina. Everybody in the United States. So these are entries from the comments. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, if everybody's from the U.S., so this is the drawing. I'm giving away 2 of the Happy Mails I'm putting together. I'm sorry I did not get them finished up today because we went out. It's my fault. I could have worked on these last night and I didn't. So this is the base of it. And then it's also coming with a little goodie bag of about 10 to 15 items. I wouldn't venture how many total items, but this is the base of the pack. So it's this manuscript paper, a couple of ledgers. So there's one ledger either in the pale pineapple or the aquamarine blue. There's one of these. They're actually 8.75 by 8.75 square big envelope. 10 sheets of tea-dyed paper. And then some other fun stuff. There is that couple sheets of that sandwich paper that's all grungy and fun. The vintage Rolodex card, a couple of a flat sack, a few sheets of steno paper, a couple of book pages. There's an envelope in some of them. So there is a fun mix of stuff. So we're giving away these were I'm making these for my Patreons for the Hags Happy Mail, and every Patreon is getting this month's Happy Mail. It is extra large because I did not do them in January and February, so this is 3 months worth. This is for January, February, March, and then April and May will be together kind of the first week of May. So we'll be putting together a new pack then, which I will also do live so you guys can see. But normally these are about 15 items total. It's just meant to be a little bit fun. And sometimes it's collage stuff. And sometimes it's mixed media kind of stuff. And sometimes it's like this. It's just paper goods. And then out of the box I showed you yesterday, some of the smaller pieces. The little bitty tags. There might be some fibers. We're putting in some pom-poms. There are some of those little bitty, like 2-inch by 1.5-inch language things in there. There's just lots of fun little bits in there. So we'll add in a little baggie of those. So we're giving away 2 of these tonight. And you had, I talked about this in yesterday's live. So people who commented on yesterday's video got an extra entry. So what I've done is I've assigned you each a number. So people who, like Francis is in twice, Christine E is in twice, Mary's in twice. Anybody who made a comment yesterday got an entry. So, but you can only win once, but you have more chances to win simply because you have 2 entries. So let's go for the random number generator. And then I will be on. So tomorrow at 5:30 and Sunday at 2 o'clock. Let's clear that. And then we'll do random number generator. Hello. Sometimes I think the tablet takes my taps as suggestions. No, we don't want to do that right now. Booger? Really? Christine's like Kleenex. So random number generator. And we're going to do numbers between 1 and 19. So whoever's closest without going over. What do we do here? 19 is the maximum number. There's no 0. Okay. Let's see if we can get this so that you can see it. And I'm not live in my own live, so I can't see if you can see. All right, let's see. Where does it need to be? There we go. So you can't, it's not perfect, but you can at least see that there's a 9 on there. Does that? All right, we're going to hit it. First number is 2. 2 is Mary. So Mary is winner 1. Is Mary. And she cannot win. Again, so we're going to cross her off. Second winner is generate 17, Chris S. Now, some of you didn't know this was going to happen, so if you don't want your prize, you can let me know. Mary Milstead, Mary M. So if you don't want your prize, let me know. If you want your prize, say yes. Yeah, something to the effect of yes. Mary's like, I got me some Amy Pibber and a little bag of goodies to go with it. Mary, you know, if you're not comfortable sharing your journal, you can send the pictures just to Els. You can send them to in her messenger on Facebook, or you can email her the pictures. You don't have to put them in the group if it makes you uncomfortable. I would love to see your journal, though. We're our own hardest critics, hun. I bet that it's way better than you think it is. You watched me throw together 2 little piece of crap journals tonight. Chris S. is winner number 2. Mary wants her paper. Chris, Chris, are you still here? Do you want your papers? She might have gone out because you don't have to be present to win. I already have forgotten your boho journal. You're going to have to come show it to me again. So tomorrow hopefully we'll have this gessoed by tomorrow. And this is just to in there so that I can use it so that, you know, piece of scrap journals. And then on Sunday, what are we doing on Sunday? I had a thought. I think Sunday might be where I'm going to show some of we're going to get a start on the boho journal. I'm not saying we're going to finish it. Probably the one for the challenge I can finish, but I'm also making 2 glue books, a regular book, and some stuff like that. The only thing I like is but it's an expression of how you feel about boho. So it does have a redeeming quality, and I bet you're harder on yourself than any of us would ever be. I think we lost Chris Chuck. So I will message her and see if she wants it. If she doesn't, I will redraw and let you guys know tomorrow. All right, so I think we're all done for tonight. I wanted to go longer, you guys, but I don't have anything else to work on at the moment. And normally I could pull out more stuff, but my room's a little bit of a hot mess. Boho hobo. So we're gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me, and we'll use the same paints tomorrow. I'll still have the same paints, and we'll do the whole thing. You guys are so awesome. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Not just because you bring joy into my life, and you do, but because you're awesome people. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you the happiest of crafting. I hope to see you later this weekend. If I don't, have a great Easter and all the other things that are happening. Bright blessings and hisses and hugs to anybody who wants them. Bye, 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 bye. The end.